Today I'm going to do an update on the living wall and the stuff that's sitting on top of the clownfish tank. I'm going to start with Marlene. I have severed the old stump, so there is actually not one part of this plant that is the original plant that I got it from. And it lost its first leaf that it grew here with me. And then, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's her 5th leaf with 5 fenestrations, which I think is kind of mathematically beautiful. I have also built a little moss pole terracotta situation going on here, so it's like a little potter but also a moss pole. I think it's pretty neat, and it'll help anchor it to the wall so when it starts to grow up it can fill in these holes. So yeah, that is Marlene's update. So this Tycon started out as a little half moon. Here's one of its original leaves. Original leaf. Original leaf. Original leaf. First leaf it grew with me. Second leaf it grew with me, and I like this because it's actually kind of a cream yellow tint. And this one here is the last leaf it grew here. So I think this one is doing really beautiful attached to this pot. These are the ones I got from Kroger. There was multiple vines, I think 7 in the pot, and I kept the biggest 2, put them together, and I cut off everything except for their biggest leaf each. So that's where we're at with them. And in the same pot as that, I have the rest of the seedlings that I had started. These were the monsteras from seed. And then the only other seedling I have is over here. I got it on a little piece of cholla wood inside of a hopefully mossy terrarium. And it's about as far along as the rest of its siblings. But so far so good. This Epipremium has struggled with the mealybug battle, and I have cut a lot of its leaves off to just try to get rid of as many as I could, which obviously thinned it out a lot, and I'm not really super happy about that, but sometimes a win is a win. And I had gotten some Perus, and I think they're stressed out. It has not grown a new leaf, and the leaves that it has are obviously a little bit sad. So I'm not sure if it likes the pole or not. But it was also struggling with the mealybugs. I don't think it's dead, but it's definitely not happy. The rest of the Epipremiums the rest of the Perus that came with that one, they are actually doing pretty good and growing pretty well, sitting next to this little pothos. And in the same pot, I've got the other 2 Monstera Tycons, and they're on their own piece of cholla wood, and those cholla woods are attached to a horizontal cholla wood that'll help it blend into the living wall behind it so it can mature. Here's one of its newest leaves. It has 3 perforations, and really a lot of them have perforations. These 2 have been doing really well as potter pals to each other. They've been supporting each other really well. There was my half moon Tycon, and then if we look just next door, you can see the Epipremium vine up Lewis's leg, across his pelvis, and I hooked them to the edge of the Marlene's area. So it's growing up there, and I've made a little moss pole potter up there, and I think it's doing really well. The hibiscus tree had a setback. It had a lot of bugs, and it was just too dense, so I opted with cutting it all off to start over. Sorry, hibiscus. The Monstera Mini that started down here, it did lose its original leaves it came with, but it has actually grown a really nice vine with some new leaves. And something did chew on it up here, and there was damage here, but I filled it in, and then it stopped, so I don't know, it was weird, but this one's still puffing up and getting full size. Lewis got a new hat. So here's how it all looks together so far. And this is the night blooming cereus. We got this from a cutting from my great grandma. So the genetics on this plant are over 100 years old. This particular plant has had some ups and downs, and it was in with the birds, and they did not treat her well. It chewed her up in a few spots, so when I saw that, I took it out. In the last couple months, it's growing a lot of those big floppy pieces. Like this whole arm over here is all brand new, just in the last couple months, because I did this. So I put a bunch of grow lights on top and covered it in the plastic to make a little indoor greenhouse, which has kept the cold wind from outside off of it and kept the air conditioning off of it during the summer. I have this little variegated cactus down here. There was 3 of them. I don't know what happened, but then just one day I looked over and the third one was all like this weird translucent color and broken half and smushy, so I just took it out, but the other 2 are fine. I don't know what happened to that third one. And then I got a new pothos. It's growing pretty good. I haven't had it that long though. This little guy is making a comeback. I bought it as a pretty decent sized plant, and then I had it in the pond and it did not enjoy that life. And it's pretty much came all the way back from dead, so this is its redemption story. This was my little freebie plant that I got when I ordered my Monstera Ticons, and it has grown really well. I've actually had to chop its top off 2 times because it's a tree and I just don't want it to get out of control, so I've been making it grow kind of slow. And it's already got a new shoot coming off, and I just cut its top off like last month again. But it's got really cool variegation, and this is a really durable plant. I really like this. It's some kind of ficus tree, I forget. And then I also have my hanging moss jar. Not all of it's doing great, but a lot of it is. I think it looks very forest floor and magical.